What is up, everybody? The Iceman here on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel on this hot Tuesday morning. So, we saw SummerSlam on Saturday night. I thought it was a pretty good show. I love the main event. I love what they did. Brock Lesnar lifting up the ring, Roman rolling out, and quite frankly, afterwards, Brock Lesnar went back into the ring and basically said he's retiring. We'll see what happens there. But some of the biggest things that did happen was the fact that Becky lost to Bianca Belair, supposedly separated her shoulder, and after the victory, BAYLEY, Dakota Kai, and Io, whatever her name is, Io Sky, come out and we're confronting Bianca Belair, and Becky Lynch comes back into the ring. And so anyway, on Monday Night Raw, Becky made a statement basically saying she's rethinking, much like what Kenny Omega did say on his very last appearance after Full Gear when he lost to Hangman Page. But she said she'll be gone for a while tending her separated shoulder. You know, whether her shoulder was separated or not, it just could be a reason that Becky is going to take, they claim, possibly several months off. So with the insertion of BAYLEY, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky coming in, that now creates possibly another feud for Bianca Belair. We'll have to wait and see. There's, but you know, because with the new creative and running of WWE now, we'll have to really look closely to see what directions people are going to go now that Triple H is running creative. Ronda Rousey supposedly suspended for her actions against the referee. Again, probably not a real suspension. Obviously, I'm sure it's not. Ronda probably taking time off as well. And there's rumors that Sasha and Naomi are returning. Could Sasha be the next feud for Liv Morgan? We'll have to wait and see. I mean, there was just a lot of things going on. And who's going to dethrone the Usos? Quite honestly, maybe when Randy Orton comes back and him and Riddle team back up again, maybe, just maybe, they can take the Universal titles. I call them Universal because they own both. So, they could take the SmackDown and the Raw titles away from the Usos. I don't know. Or even just the Raw titles. We'll have to wait and see. And what about Ciampa becoming next in line to face Bobby Lashley? Pretty cool in my eyes. So we'll have to wait and see what direction the WWE is moving into and go from there. I mean, quite honestly, I'm not sure where they're actually headed, but excuse me. But in any event, you know, I sort of like what's going on. And then one has to wonder, too, who beats Roman Reigns? Will he lose at the UK show to Drew McIntyre? That's a tough call. Roman has to drop this sooner or later, but, you know, I honestly don't know. And then, you know, we got to understand, too, Theory still has that briefcase. He was never able to cash that briefcase in because Lesnar and Reigns just took him to town. I mean, I loved it. I'm not a big fan of Theory. He is an up-and-coming star in the WWE, but you need to earn your brownie points and build your way up. Much like John Cena said, grab the brass ring and go there and do what you need to do. So, yeah, overall, this weekend between SummerSlam and Raw, I thought they were pretty good shows. I loved the Logan Paul Miz match. I thought that was awesome. Pat McAfee and Happy Corbin was a good match. And of course, Liv did tap out before Ronda got the 3 count on her, but that's a controversial issue that will probably be resolved somewhere down the road. I would definitely assume that. The Usos and the Street Profits had a great match. Again, Becky and Bianca. You know, this was a way, honestly, to get Becky off TV for a while and probably spend time with her kid. And, that's what mothers do. And Bianca did say to Becky that you're the man. Maybe Becky comes back as, with the man gimmick. I don't know. But, it was fun. The whole show was fun. And, of course, the Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar thing was, totally bizarre. I mean, with Lesnar coming out with that, payloader tractor, and then at the end lifting up the ring, it was like, holy cow. And then they buried him under a bunch of tables, and, whatever they could throw on top. And then, of course, Roman climbs up on the pile, and the referee counts 10, because it was a last man standing match. And this is probably the last we'll see Brock Lesnar in quite some time. Whether he does retire or not remains to be seen. So we'll have to wait and see. One thing I will say, because I've read a lot of reports about Sasha and Naomi coming back. I'm a big Sasha fan. Don't get me wrong. But she is screwed over the WWE on so many different occasions. And there's got to be, at some point, that you got to say, screw you. We don't want you. If you want to wrestle elsewhere, go. But, of course, Triple H is a big fan of Sasha. He had her under his wing back in NXT. So, I mean, how do you teach wrestlers that think they are bigger than the company? Because if you look back a few years ago when Tessa Blanchard bailed out on Impact Wrestling and they handed her the world, what's she doing now? She's nowhere. And this is what companies need to do. I mean, I'm sure the smaller promotions would say, hey, do you want to come here, come here. But she thinks she's got an ego. She's too big for that. So, one has to wonder. But anyway, pretty good Monday Night Raw last night. I enjoyed SummerSlam. And we'll see what comes next. That's all I can say. So this is the Iceman here on this Tuesday afternoon, waiting for more trade talks, because this is the deadline tonight at 6 o'clock. And we'll see you next time on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel.